Paciente round. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
Without any delay, Canelo Alvarez has begun training for his upcoming fight against Terence Crawford after footage of his sparring sessions leaked on social media. Reports indicate that he decided to start training early because William Skull did not pose a significant challenge or push him to his limits. As a result, Alvarez feels the need to prepare as if he had no tune-up fight at all. The boxing champion returned from Saudi Arabia on Sunday and took Monday off to rest before resuming training at the gym on Tuesday morning. Canelo Alvarez was seen hitting the pads, punching the bags, and working on his fitness to ensure he is in peak condition for the fight scheduled in 4 months. Most importantly, Canelo Alvarez was seen training with a sparring partner as he focused on his defense, attack, and footwork. The purpose of this phase of training is to keep his body in top shape through light workouts before ramping up to more intense sessions later. Another reason for this early start is that Terence Crawford has been consistently training and preparing for the fight since January, while Canelo had been focused on William Skull. This early training is also an effort to make up for the time lost while preparing for Skull. Let's go, champ. Crawford is going to get knocked out in his own blood. This is what I needed to be sure you're ending Crawford in September, one fan commented. Another added, Canelo has a crazy work ethic. Only love for the sport can drive a man who's achieved everything to keep pushing himself this hard. Canelo Alvarez is a worthy legend for young boxers to emulate. A third fan wrote, boxing got tired of matches like the Fatal Fury card in Times Square, so we switched it up to Canelo Alvarez versus Terence Crawford. What a time to be alive. One fan added, Terence Crawford can add all the weight he wants, but Canelo is Canelo for a reason. Get ready for the big deal. I can't wait. Despite the clear weight disadvantage, even Canelo Alvarez is fully aware that he's about to face one of the toughest tests of his career when Terence Crawford moves up 2 weight classes to meet him at the 168-pound division later this year. As a result, Canelo has started training early to ensure he's both physically and mentally prepared to take on the first undisputed world champion in multiple weight classes during the 4-belt era. He has introduced new training techniques tailored to counter Crawford's in-ring mobility, boxing IQ, and counterpunching skills. Determined to avoid what would be the third loss of his career, Alvarez is training with intensity and focus. More tragically, a defeat would not only mark the third loss of Canelo Alvarez's career, but could also see him lose all his championship belts, a moment that might symbolically represent him passing the torch and bidding a final farewell to his era of world dominance. In the past, Canelo has been asked why he continues to fight despite his numerous accomplishments. His answer remains simple and heartfelt. I love boxing, he said. It's his passion for the sport that continues to drive him forward. While Canelo's love for the sport is undeniably real, many of his fans would rather see him retire gracefully as a champion than suffer a humiliating loss to a fighter coming up from a lower division. At this stage of his career, Canelo Alvarez is unlikely to make major adjustments to his style. He has found tremendous success doing things his own way.
You're one of the best fighters. You're one of the best fighters in history. You're very successful. You don't have to work, so you can retire today if you want.
I love boxing. I love boxing, and I love being fighting. So that's why I'm here.
One change that did make sense to the 168-pounds champion and his team, however, was choosing a fresh location for his training camp. Ahead of his pay-per-view title defense against Terence Crawford on September 12th at Allegiant Stadium in Las Vegas, Alvarez has been training in Lake Tahoe, California, at an altitude of around 6,000 feet. Previously, he had held his training camps in San Diego, which is at sea level. "We always prepare 100%, no matter where we are," Alvarez said during a media workout on Wednesday. "It's different being here. At first, I couldn't breathe very well, but now I feel great. I found a place that makes me happy and strong." "I like being here in Lake Tahoe because I'm 100% focused. It's just me and my team, and we're locked in on the fight," Alvarez said. "It makes me feel ready." One key reason he feels good about this tough matchup is his improved health. The Mexican star attributed some of his recent subpar performances, including a loss to Dmitry Bivol and lackluster victories over Gennady Golovkin and John Ryder, to injuries, most notably a sore left wrist that required surgery late last year. Now, with the wrist fully healed, he's able to train without holding back. "I feel great," he said. "This is going to be one of the best camps I've ever had. I feel great being able to train 100% with my left hand. That's made me more confident. When you train knowing that you're healthy, you're more confident in the fight." Alvarez insists that fans will see a return of the dominating version of himself when he faces Terence "Bud" Crawford. Canelo Alvarez trains 6 days a week during fight camp, taking Sundays as his only rest day. He typically does 2 training sessions per day. His day starts with a morning run around 6 a.m. After breakfast, he takes a short power nap to rest before his afternoon training session. Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays are dedicated to boxing training, where Canelo focuses on different exercises designed to enhance his skills and strategy. These sessions include jump rope drills, shadow boxing, heavy bag work, and strategic exercises aimed at refining his game plan.
Desde muy temprano hay que salirnos de nuestra zona de comodidad. Empezar el día quieto.
Canelo Alvarez reserves Tuesdays, Thursdays, and Saturdays for sparring sessions, where he, along with his coach and trainer, focus on pure fight training. During these sessions, he visualizes himself in the ring, preparing for the upcoming fight. When interviewed about his sparring sessions, Canelo said, "It's the hardest thing I do, and it's what fascinates me the most." He prefers to incorporate a bit of everything into his training routine. For his strength workouts, Canelo combines bodyweight exercises with weight training to build the strength and conditioning necessary to maintain his champion status. To prepare for such an important bout, Canelo Alvarez has enlisted the help of some top sparring partners, much like he did with Teofimo Lopez, the super lightweight world champion. Canelo and the Honduran boxer, who boasts a record of 20 wins with only 1 loss, starred in a video that quickly went viral on social media. The video shows them training at a camp near Lake Tahoe, on the border between Nevada and California. In the footage, Canelo is seen up against the ropes, delivering his best punches and fine-tuning his movements ahead of his upcoming fight with Terence Crawford. The Mexican fighter delivers a masterclass in defensive techniques, focusing on waist movement and dodging his opponent, doing so without headgear and only marking the punches. Trainer Eddie Reynoso is seen overseeing the entire training session between Alvarez and Teofimo Lopez, who seems to have become one of Canelo's best allies in his preparation to face Edgar Berlanga in the ring. The video also shows Canelo explaining some tactics to his training partner on how to escape tricky situations when cornered against the ropes. Canelo is seen sharing his expertise with Lopez, particularly on how to handle tough moments while trapped on the ropes. Their collaboration has generated significant buzz online, as Canelo continues to refine his skills ahead of his upcoming super middleweight title defense on Mexican Independence Day.
Eres más joven que él, Saúl, ¿eh? Eres más joven que él, hay que aprovechar eso, hijo, ¿eh?
Now, if I'm over the top, if you're bringing lands right to the left circle of Triple G.
Así. Eres más joven que él, Saúl, ¿eh? Eres más joven que él, hay que aprovechar eso, hijo, ¿eh?
Now, if I'm over the top, if you're bringing lands right to the left circle of Triple G.
Así, güey. Póngase bien. Listo, cabrón. Chile huevos, cabrón. ¿Eh? Siéntese, mijo. Ya se acabó. La goma. Ya está, ya.
Also helping in Canelo Alvarez's camp is his legendary trainer, Eddie Reynoso. Teofimo Lopez had previously expressed a strong desire to fight Terence Crawford, but Crawford has shifted his focus to a different challenge, Canelo Alvarez. The 410-pound champion, who recently dominated the welterweight division, is interested in making a significant jump to super middleweight to face Canelo. Meanwhile, Lopez remains eager to meet Crawford at 147 pounds, but Crawford seems more focused on the potentially historic bout against Alvarez. The relationship between Canelo Alvarez and Eddie Reynoso is one of the most successful and enduring partnerships in boxing. It began in 2003 when a 14-year-old Canelo walked into Dono Reynoso's gym in Guadalajara, Mexico.